Hello, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Talk. This is a platform for open minded individuals to come together, share ideas, share experiences, so that we can learn from each other, grow as individuals and as a society. So, if you're new to the channel, please click on that subscribe button, like, share, so that we can reach out to more people and then more people can get involved and share their experiences and ideas. And if you want to get involved, all our information is in the description. So give us a shot. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. And it's my great pleasure inviting two brilliant guests who've been on the show before, Ali and Margot. Welcome back, guys. How are you doing?
Very well, very well. Rahil, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Not too bad.
I'm very well too, thanks. How are you?
Great.
Good?
I'm good. Thanks, guys. Thank you for coming back on. We did speak about finding your passion and fulfillment in life in our previous video, which was brilliant. And, I really enjoyed what you guys had to share. So I had to get you guys back on. And kind of following up from that, we want to speak about gratitude. And, everyone knows what gratitude is. But how many of us, and I'm including myself, actually practice it every day? I don't do it regularly, and I'm sure most of the viewers out there don't, because we have this crazy lives with a lot of responsibilities, and now we have COVID, so it's not easy. I get that, but I think it's so important to practice gratitude. And Margot, I'll start with you. What does gratitude mean to you?
Well, thanks for having us again. I want to say this because it's very it's a great pleasure for me and for us to be here. And I think I'd like to start to answer your question by just giving a little definition on what gratitude is actually. And to me, it's definitely the fact of being able to be thankful for anything that we have in life, and to show appreciations and kindness towards others or any situations that we are facing or we are living. So that's definitely something that needs each and every one of us to build upon. So it's definitely like a skill to acquire throughout a lifetime. So some people would be, I would say, very lucky and get this from their parents. So through education, they would be able to, to have this gratitude. And it's actually an attitude to get towards anything you are experiencing. And some others might not have this as an inner skill. So this is like a muscle, something that you need to build upon and to build on throughout your lifetime. And personally, as to answer very precisely your question, this is what gratitude means to me, in terms of realizing that this is something that exists and that we can practice every day.
Ali, what now? Margot brilliantly described what gratitude means to her, and I think she hit a lot of points that I completely agree with. But what is the importance of it? What, in your opinion, what's the importance of practicing gratitude daily, or at least regularly?
So, Rahil, if you go into the research aspect of things, right, over the last 10, 15 years, there have been a lot of studies on gratitude. So what generally tends to happen within us is that when we are actually really being grateful and feeling that emotion, right, there's a lot of our body is going through changes as well. Firstly, from a perspective of neuroplasticity, new neuron pathways are being made in our mind. And when we're in a state of gratitude and reflection, what happens is that dopamine is being pumped into our system. That's our feel-good hormone. At the same time, serotonin is being pumped in, which is also, it's more like an antidepressant or a mood enhancer. So again, and our body is wired to get those feelings more and more. And the more we actually express gratitude, these highways become more cemented in, and it has the power to change our own perspective, the lens. We all tend to view life in one particular lens, and when with research also, we tend to shift that focus in terms of, we see, okay, we were looking at life this way, but there's another way. And we learn to see the gift that lies within the problem when we are in challenging situations. So again, just to sum this up, it's about we become more optimistic. We learn how to handle our emotions better, and we become more solution oriented.
Yeah.
So that is, I guess, the most important thing about gratitude.
No, great. And thank you. You put out, people talk about gratitude, but there's a scientific biological effect of it on your body. And especially because I've done quite a few videos on mental health, because I think it's so important. And that links really well with mental health. Today we find people on antidepressants and all kinds of medicine and tablets. But if you have, like Margot mentioned, the inner ability to be able to be grateful, you don't need any of that. And I know it's not easy to just find that. Like Margot again mentioned there, that you can get it from your parents, and I was very fortunate that my parents already taught us gratitude and to be grateful for every small thing you have in life. And now I'm coming back to you, Margot. You did mention that you wanted to discuss some of the things that you do to practice gratitude. So I'll start with you and then come on to Ali. So what can you share with the viewers?
So first of all, the first thing that I want to share is like a sentence that I try to repeat to myself every day, and you will see why. So I tend to do it at night before I go to bed, so I can reflect on the day that I went through. And I would literally tell myself to write one grateful thing a day to keep the negative thoughts away. Okay, so basically I have the mini book that I discovered this morning next to my bed, and this is going to be my new book to write one thing, because it doesn't have to be big, it has to be just tiny. And it can be also one word or one short sentence to describe what you've been grateful for during this day. And it helps on, as Elise said, building up positive thoughts and rewiring your brain in order to feel more positive and act towards it. So then 2 examples of things that I personally do to feel even more grateful. The first one is going into the nature. Just the reason being is that I feel more grounded when I'm surrounded by nature. So I would say definitely when I'm by the ocean, I feel calmer. And you can also feel like your body is going to have this relaxed state, and that a lot of emotions that your body can feel when you are at peace are going to be released because you are in a safe space.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's something that also can happen if I'm going, in the forest for a tiny walk, listening to the sound of the birds and the nature around and even the wind. And it's just all about being present, and realizing that we cannot be anxious or we cannot be negative about anything, because we are just here experiencing one thing right now. There's nothing else to think about, so that's something
living in the present, right?
Exactly, but that can also feel very abstract when you think about it, but actually you need to feel it, and this is where all the difference will come from, and that will help people to build upon this new strength. And the second would be listening to music for me, because that's something that relates to my childhood, I would say maybe sensibilities, because my parents, they used to listen to a lot of music, and it's probably something that put me in a in a calm and very deep state of gratitude. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys.
That's brilliant, and I'm sure everyone has different things they do, but like a few of things you mentioned similar to me, and I can resonate with them. So thank you for sharing that. And Ali, anything you do that's different that the viewers might take something from?
So until like 2 years ago, my gratitude, I really came across gratitude about 2 years ago, but my gratitude was more very ad hoc. And a mentor of mine gave me like a diary. And he said that, why don't you think about journaling every single night? And I started journaling every single night on terms of how my day
Same
went.
as yeah.
And what's interesting is that it's it's well, when I started journaling, it's not only about the negatives, or it's also about it's not only about the positives but the negatives. So, for example, something which I became aware was my thoughts. So, when I judged somebody for something, although it's a silent judgment, still a judgment. I could put that in my gratitude journal that now that I'm aware of my judgment, I put myself in the power of doing something about that judgment and changing my thoughts. So again, very much like journaling, similar to what Margot does, and at the same time, opening up to seeing the gift within the problem, especially when in tough situations. And I think that gratitude has really helped pull me out of those situations. So I'll just give you a quick example. So about 3 weeks ago, my my mom gave me a call and said that my father had collapsed, and uh, and I was in the car and I was like rushing home. So home's only 20 minutes from my parents' place, and between that, I just stopped for a second, like thought, and I told myself, I'm like, okay, what I'm reacting to right now, and my current reaction while driving the car, is all down to the words and the pictures I'm making in my head right now. And right now, my dad had collapsed. He's absolutely fine. He's sitting on the couch, and then we'll take it from there. But right now, I'm just grateful that he's fine. And I could just really anchor in gratitude. So that really
Yeah.
helped for
You're
me.
finding the positives. Yeah.
Absolutely.
No,
Absolutely.
that's brilliant, and thank you both of you for sharing that.
Mm.
Thanks.
I just want to just add on that, or some just add to how I practice gratitude and what I think about gratitude. So Mahatma Gandhi, as most of you already know, he once said that I was crying or I was sad that I had no shoes, but then I looked at someone with no feet, and that quote is so powerful. Basically, and this is quite close to me because, like I said, since we were young, I had a really my parents always made sure that we were grateful for things, and growing up in Africa, you see a lot of poverty. So even though we weren't like the richest people in the world, but there was always people who had less than us. And that's so important in terms of appreciation. When you look at other people and how much less they have compared to yourself, you feel more grateful. But the one thing I would like to just add on that is, for me it's really important not to just feel grateful but to do something on that. So like if I find someone who needs help, or who doesn't have as much as I do, I will be grateful for what I have, but also how can I help this person, because I'm in a privileged position. And I think that's very important. If you're grateful and if you have gratitude and it comes easy to you, then you need to share that with other people, and you need to help other people so that they have some positivity in their life. So yeah, and obviously I do other things like music, same, nature. I don't do journals. I don't like writing and reading, so I'm not the biggest fan of that. But I find other ways of practicing gratitude. I like just go out, look into the stars, and say thank you for this or that. But for me, the most important is just, helping other people in any shape, way, or form that you can. And that for me is the true essence of gratitude. So moving on, I have rambled about that for a few minutes now, but let's um, Ali, this is something new and different we want to try. So Ali is going to go through we've talked about all the different forms of practicing gratitude, and one of them is a gratitude meditation. So Ali, if you will want to just lead us through the meditation, and viewers out there, you can also follow if you want to, and hopefully you'll find some gratitude for the day.
Yeah, sure. That's a privilege. Thank you, Rahil.
Of
So,
course.
so whenever you're ready, I just want both of you just to get into a really like in a relaxed state, just shake your body out. And once you're ready, take a deep breath in and breathe out. And just one more time, take a deep breath in and breathe out. And now I just want you to turn your eyes inwards and go all the way down from your head to your shoulders, to your hands. And I want you to go to the tips of your fingertips and feel that tingling sensation. And once you felt that tingling sensation, I want you to go back to your shoulders, go down to your heart, all the organs that have been encased within your chest, your lungs. And now just go down to your abdomen, down your feet, down your legs. Feel your feet. And just think about it. All of these organs, your entire body, is absolutely functioning without little or no conscious effort of yours. The hearts that within you has been pumping since the day you were born. It's constantly beating and pumping out blood. And just marvel at the universe that exists within you. Just marvel at how incredible you are within. And at your own awesomeness. And if there is a space at all that opens up, and if you can really feel what's going on inside you, just be thankful for it. And now, and at the same time, just be thankful for if there's space to be thankful, if you can. Think about all your experiences, what you've been through, and where you are right now in life. And think about all those, hurdles and obstacles. And you might not be where you want to be, yet just think about the journey you've been on. And if there's any space within you that opens up for gratitude, really feel it and express it. And now, whenever you're ready, just take a deep breath in, fill your lungs with air, become present to the room, become more aware. Just open your eyes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Ali. That was really good.
Thank you, Ali. Yeah.
Thank you. Pleasure.
And I hope if there are any viewers following that, you found some form of gratitude and positivity. So thank you again, Ali. That was really good. And there are plenty of meditations around to actually practice gratitude. I've done a couple myself, and it really, really helps. If you do it in the morning, you can start off your day with feeling positive and grateful. So is there anything else you guys would like to add before we end this amazing chat on gratitude?
So the only little thing which I would like to add is that it's the most powerful yet the most simplest thing, and it doesn't require anything. It can be something like you're just being thankful for breathing, or just being thankful for the sun coming out, or just feeling thankful for seeing a bird. It doesn't have to be something big, and it's the smallest of things that count. And if somebody feels that it's actually complicated, or finds that they don't have that time, just just before sleeping, when you look at your bed, just say thank you for sleeping on a comfortable bed and having a pillow to sleep on. And it just starts with the first step, because once you've taken the first step, then the next steps they just come naturally.
Yeah, it's with anything in life, right? You just have to take those first steps, and once you get there, and like like you said, it has to be from the smallest thing, and the fact that whoever is out there watching this video has a phone or a laptop, so you are in a great position. You have been blessed with all these things, with technology, or your family, friends, whatever. Small things in life count, and it's like a small drop in the ocean, but every small drop counts and becomes bigger and bigger, and hopefully we can all be grateful, and with that share it with each other. So Margot, is there anything you would like to add before we end?
Yeah, I mean, we can always add a lot, but I think what Ali just mentioned is very powerful for anybody that's not, used to practice gratitude regularly. And I could probably add just one thing, and, saying that we need to consider everything in life as a flow. We are too tend to look at the results only, and we are always looking into the future. So the most important thing is definitely to slow down and to realize that we are on Earth. We have this ability and capabilities to do a lot of things. And we know that some days might be tougher than others. It's like when the sun is out or when the rain goes on, So it's the same for us, for our body, for our lives. And I think it's not about, negative or positive, because at the end of the day, we need to embrace both of them. But it's all about being okay with it and just following the flow as, the ocean. And I think the ocean makes Earth, life, and everything possible. So that's it.
I don't think we can end it in a better way. So we're going to end it there. Thank you, both of you. That was... that was brilliant from both of you. So thank you once again for coming on and sharing the experience.
Again.
Pleasure. Thank you, Rahil.
Oh, of course, it's my pleasure. And of course, you're always welcome back anytime. So let me know. And the viewers out there, I hope you've enjoyed this. You can take some time today or in the next few days just to practice some form of gratitude. It can be anything, whatever you prefer, whatever you feel most comfortable with. So I hope you learned a little bit from the video, and if you would like to share the ways you practice gratitude, then let us know in the comments. If you want to come on, all our information is in the description, so give us a shout. And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all very soon. Goodbye.